Sanibonani dumelang apsheni. Hello. Finally, oh my gosh, I am back with a bang. But first and foremost, if this is your very first time watching any of my videos, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the bell so that you get notified each and every time I upload a new video. Like and comment, and please tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody to come join in this beautiful community that is so warm, where we just spread love and kindness like it's confetti, darling. Okay, so today's topic is quite sensitive, and I haven't been putting out much content. I want to apologize for that because I just moved to a new city. So I just wanted to find my feet, wanted to familiarize myself with the place and then start recording. But I was like, oh man, I have so many ideas, I have so many thoughts and so much content that I'm sitting on. And another thing is my camera's still not working the way that I want it to, and I always want to give my all. I want to make sure the quality is on par for you guys. But I was like, no man, my loyal subscribers understand. And it's not even about the editing that goes into the video. It's really about the content. And today's topic is something that a lot of people all around the world relate to. And unfortunately, it's a very painful, very sad subject, but a lot of people are breathing through the wound. A lot of people are suffering in silence, guys. And I want you to know that I'm here for you. This community is all about being there for each other, helping each other navigate throughout this life thing. Even if one person watches my video, even if nobody sees this today or tomorrow or next week and they only see it in 10 years from now, I know it'll help someone somehow. And that's what I'm about. So today I want to talk about how I met my sister's killer. Now I know this is very, very sensitive, and we can't play around with something so deep, but considering the climate that we're living in, guys, like, it's insane. And I felt like this video was so relevant, so appropriate, because femicide, gender-based violence is like a thing. Like, women are getting killed and abused and raped and battered like it's going out of style. I don't get it. I don't get it. And a lot of people are avoiding this topic, but it's something that happens every single day, and it hits home. So I felt like I needed to talk about this, and I needed to let you know that you have people that you can relate to, or people that relate to you. You have people that you can confide in. We might not know each other, but I'm here for you. This is basically why I started this YouTube channel, just to let you know that I'm here for you. So it was the 19th of August 2016. I was feeling offish. I'm like, I'm not my normal self. And it's a Saturday morning. Like, I'm not my normal self. I'm not vibey. I'm not up for so I don't want to party. I just want to cuddle myself, and I want to keep warm in my bed. And I was probably wearing something along these lines. I'm wearing my thick pajamas because it is freezing here in China, guys. Like, it's winter now. It is freezing, and my man usually makes fun of these pajamas because they're not really my style, but he's not here to keep me warm, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Anyway, a friend of mine who is now an ex-friend, and we'll discuss how that happened some other time. It's quite juicy, quite crazy to say the least, but that's another story for another day. So this friend of mine calls me and she's like, Zanhentle, I've just been invited to Sandton by these dudes, and he has like and their money, Chomi, like asambe. I'm like, oh Chomi, like, I'm not in the mood, hey? So like, I'm not in the mood. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be all Debbie Downer on you guys there. So nah, and she's like, what? You could never be Debbie Downer, even if you wanted to. And she was absolutely right. I could never be, even if I tried. I'm just naturally on this high, like, I can't help it. Even the minute I wake up, I'm like, hey, it's morning, because I'm grateful for life. Like, life, self is a gift, so why not? So I was like, being my typical people-pleasing self, and I was like, okay, let me do this. Okay, let me take one for the team. So we go to Santon, and these guys are amazing gentlemen. They treat us like the ladies, the queens that we are. Braya chilling by the poolside with their nakes and homonati man, homonati, you know. But I'm still not having the time of my life. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not okay. Like, my energy is off, you know. Come 5:27 p.m. that very afternoon, and I remember it like it was yesterday. My father calls me. Now, my dad is so bubbly, super lively, like he takes nothing seriously, not even himself, and everybody knows him. I take after him in so many ways. So I'm like, oh, dad's calling. What's up, Dada? And he was just like, then I'm like, oh, manje, you know, which was quite surprising because my friends know whenever I talk to my parents, it's like I'm talking to my friends. I'm like, oh, chow me, because we're that close. They're literally my besties. I kid you not, you know. So I'm like, hi, oh, dad is off, and I'm trying to like, what's going on? He's like, your sister's been murdered. I'm like, what? Shab, I know that you joke around a lot, but like, this really? I was like, yo, Danam, I wish I was joking. I'm like, yo, guys, my heart sank, like my heart dropped. Like, you don't know how to react, how to feel in that moment. So I ran to the bathroom. My friend followed me, and she was like, oh, Jinsang, like, that seemed quite unpleasant. What happened? I tell her the news, and she's like, yo, Zanentle, like, your grandmother just passed away just last month, and I know how tight you were. So now you have to go through this. I'm so sorry, friend. She tries to console me, she tries to comfort me, but there's absolutely nothing anybody can say or do in that period of time that can make you feel better. Nothing. I cannot even begin. I could never begin to explain the pain that I was feeling. So I try to get back out there and act like everything is all good, because I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me, and I don't want to ruin everybody's mood and ruin everybody's day and dampen the energy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick it out and I'm gonna join the festivities and be right. But I was like, hey, actually, I'm allowed to go through this. This is my sister, you know, and I'm not okay. Angiko right, you know. So I asked the guys to take me home, and being the gentlemen that they were, they did. So I went home and I dealt with these emotions. Oh, guys, the week felt like years. It felt like just going through that week prior to the funeral was like painful. Like, I was in so much agony. How I managed to give my tutorial sessions, how I managed to guest lecture, write my tests, my exams, complete my assignments successfully, I do not know. I think it's just because I serve a living God, but like, that was intense. So yeah, so you know, when something like this happens, a lot of people have different stories, and this is actually something that came out in the news. It was discussed in the news. It was a big story, but I didn't want anyone to know that this was actually my sister, because I didn't want sympathy, and I didn't want people trying to tell me how to cope, how to deal with it. I just wanted to go through the emotions my own way and deal and cope with it my own way, you know? So a lot of people were saying different things, but long story short was, the guy was cheating on my sister. And my sister walked in on him doing the deed with his mistress in her house. In her house. They were at her home. Like, do you understand? So obviously she's infuriated. She confronts the guy, and he just resorts to stabbing her 8 times, drags her through the yard, stuffs her in the boot of her car, drives to the nearest highway, enters the nearest garage, purchases petrol, matches, the works, everything that you need to ignite something, and he burns the car and leaves it there. Heads back home, proceeds to clean and remove all the evidence. Now Uma's busy calling my sister, and she's like, hi man, you guys, you know your mom knows you, right? Like Uma's like, something is off. Something that she never does this. Like, why is she not answering her phone? Like, and even if she does not answer her phone, she gets back to me like ASAP. But like now, something is off and I can feel it in the pits of my soul, you know? This is Uma. And eventually she calls the police. The police catch him red-handed, cleaning the blood, cleaning the crime scene. Took him into custody, and that was the first time I met him. Because remember, we're all adults, we all have so many things going on in our lives. We're scattered in different cities, different provinces, so we hardly get to meet each other's partners unless there's like a get together or whatever, but we're all just busy. I just knew of him, saw pictures, heard about him and stuff like that, but I'd never met him. And that was when I met him, after he had killed my sister. Oh my goodness. Fast forward to the hearing. Mugai walks out, hands in his pockets, like he's strolling. Uyabamba. So nonchalant, no remorse whatsoever. He's actually smirking. And I was just like, I sobbed, guys. I sobbed. It wasn't even just because of the pain and how sad and how frustrated I was. I was infuriated by his behavior, you know? And he just looked at me and he smiled. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Mind you, my sister was pregnant with his child at the time of the murder. But he was sentenced to 15 years. 15 years. Double homicide. Really. And this is the problem. Like, our system fails us. Always fails us. And I think that's why people feel the need to constantly and continuously do this. Like, that's why women are being killed on a daily basis, because people know that they're going to literally get away with murder. And this breaks my heart. This shatters me on so many levels. And the fact that there's nothing I can do, even like, I can't, guys. But I just want you to know that in life, we do have ups and downs, and it's so unfortunate that we have to go through such things, and it's so unfortunate that we are linked in such a way, and it's so unfortunate that we have people who can relate to each other based on such devastating, such appalling incidences or instances that have happened in their lives. But I want you to know that you have a sister in me, and that is why I'm here for you. And I know a lot of people can relate to the story. And I know a lot of people have a lot of stories that they want to tell, but people suffer in silence and deal with things their own way. But that's basically how I met my sister's killer. It was the worst encounter. It was the worst, under the worst circumstances. And I just want to leave men with this. It is not a war between the sexes. It is not a battle between women and men. Like, we're supposed to love each other. We're supposed to be united. This is a partnership, guys. We're all just trying to help each other navigate and maneuver throughout this life thing. I don't understand why there's so much hatred, so much resentment towards women, men. You're supposed to protect us. Do better. I know you guys have a lot of stories to share. If you feel like you need to vent, the comments are available. And please be sensitive, guys. This is quite a sensitive issue, and it's quite dark. I know I was going back and forth in my mind. I was like, should I actually talk about this? But this is also an outlet for me, because I've never actually spoken about this the way that I am. But it's also an outlet for me. And what better way to share this than, or where else to share it than here, where I have a community and other people who can relate to it, you know? So I just want to say, I just want to leave you with this, guys. Do better. Spread love, positivity, and kindness like they're confetti. Literally. Love and light, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.